Astor, the rise and fall of an American fortune, Anderson Cooper. Okay, so it's not just this fraud case. I've lost track.
So there's
broad strokes.
So it's
here,
91 91 felony counts, criminal court. There's 4 criminal cases, and there's 2 civil cases in New York County.
And given all of that, even for a man who has seen as much as you in politics, in war zones, does it surprise you that, given everything you just described, the other candidates in the Republican field combined have fewer support than Donald Trump?
Not really, no. I mean...
It doesn't seem to have an effect.
I mean, it does not seem to have an effect, yeah. And I mean, look, I don't know why I am so stunned by this, but, you know, just yesterday or 2 days ago, Jake Tapper got a former chief of staff for the former president and former head of Homeland Security, General John Kelly, who's a Gold Star father who has had a, admirable career in the military and in public life, to confirm on the record every horrible thing that the former president said about service members, that he didn't want disabled veterans, disabled service members in his presence at public events because he thought it made him look bad, that he didn't want to go to American graveyards in France for soldiers who fought and Marines who fought and died in World War I because they were losers. That, he obviously he'd called John McCain a loser for getting shot down. It turns out he'd also, according to General Kelly, called, George H.W. Bush, Bush Sr., a loser for getting shot down in the Pacific. It's nobody bats an eye. I mean, nobody in the Republican Party bats an eye.
Okay, so that leads me to my next question, which is, how do you cover him in a fresh way? Because, let me contextualize this, is that 6 years ago or 8 years ago? 8 years ago, he came on the scene politically as really kind of a comic figure, but he ended as an avatar of an American tragedy. And now, so he starts as a tragic figure, or rather a symbol of American tragedy. How can you, as a journalist, or do you feel any compunction to remind the audience of that, or does that seem not objective, or is the objective choice to point out the tragedy that his candidacy is?
I don't know that, I think the role of a journalist is to point out what is true and what is not true, and to, there's only so much journalists can do. I mean, you can confront somebody, you point out facts, you call them out on what is true, what is not true, you point out when they're lying, but ultimately it is up to voters to decide. And nobody can say that they don't know who this person is. Nobody can say that they are surprised by any of these things. Shocked, yes, but not necessarily surprised. I think you keep doing what journalists do, which is ask the questions, have the facts at your disposal, confront the person with the facts, and again, this is across the board. Democrats, Republicans, that's the role of what journalists are supposed to do. And let the viewers decide, let the American public decide who they want and where they want this country to go.
And
I don't think it should be up to reporters to be, I don't watch, hardcore opinion news programs. I'm not particularly interested in what an anchor thinks about or, is trying to push an agenda. I'm interested in, information and facts and trying to just stick to that and let viewers make up their mind. Viewers are smarter than anybody. Let them make up their mind.
We'll be right back with more Anderson Cooper, everybody. Stick around.